In any case, it ended up being quite a dramatic finish. So in the MPO, you had Simon Lizotte, the red hot Simon Lizotte, and Garrett Gurthie kind of broke out of the pack as well. And they were kind of going into the last round. They were the two that were going to be the ones that everybody kind of had to track down. I believe Simon may have had a couple strokes on Double G going into the last round, but like Isaac Robinson on that lead card was a few back. Paul was like 5 back. And everybody was, of course, as soon as Paul gets into that key spot that he's always in, like 5 strokes back the lead on the lead card, people just start assuming he's going to come back and win. But really what happened was Simon and Double G kind of pulled away, and it just kind of became a 2-man race pretty quick. The lead kind of went back and forth, but they were staying pretty tight. Double G makes a really nice putt on 16. They both par 17, and then we go into hole 18 all tied up. So the scene is set. Hole 18. Now I'm gonna get into the broadcast after. Like we kind of like to give our little thoughts on the broadcast later, but they did mess up on hole 18. But we'll get into that later. Not even what I just showed you. There was another thing.
I can't wait.
So hole 18, par 5, if you saw it, you kind of know what we're dealing with, but it's like you're throwing your drive straight over some water, and then it dog legs like straight right. There's some Mandos involved, some OB left and right, and a tree line. Double G and Simon both throw their drives inbounds. Double G has a chance potentially to go for it if he wanted. He's probably like 440 out. That's well within his range, but it's still risky. Simon, on the other hand, is 540 out. He's like, they measured it with like the Bushnell, whatever distance. They have it at 544.
Rangefinder.
Well, right. I forget what they call it on
it's like their
broadcast.
Segment. Yeah.
But it's like 544 is the number they flash below. And you're like, I know this is Simon, but like Simon is pretty safe these days. He's going to play for birdie, because even playing for birdie, like that should be plenty. Like going for eagle for Double G would be pretty crazy. He picks up a PD2 and tries to go for it. And like, I couldn't believe it. I got excited because I was like, I just love seeing stuff like this.
Yeah.
And he throws it, he overturns it, and he goes out of bounds, probably about 100 feet shy of the basket. And at this point, problem number one with the broadcast, they just literally go, and that's it right there. Like Ian Anderson sounded like it was his son that had just thrown that shot. Like he was distraught. he was like, oh my, like, why would he do that? Like, I just don't understand. Like, blah, blah. And it's like, all right, like, okay. But then, and they're like, well, it's over. Like he just handed it to Double G. Like it's over now. Double G just needs to play it for birdie, and that's it. Like it was so over in their minds. And I'm like, Double G still has to throw 2 good shots, like solid forehand shots, and his forehand is his weakness of his game, and then make a putt for birdie. Like, what are we talking about? Sure enough, Double G, all he's got to do is throw an overstable forehand over the OB and let it fade back in, and he shoves it out of bounds, like pulls it way over left, takes it way too far, and it never gets back, and he goes out of bounds. And now it's advantage Simon, because now Double G is even further away trying to get up and down for par than Simon is. And like, I mean, I couldn't even believe he did it. I was shocked. I knew like there was a chance, but I was like, surely he's going to chip this and be fine. Out of bounds.
I feel like that would be pretty easy to do, honestly. Under that much pressure.
Yeah, no, certainly. But and it's a difference between like, there are certain players who are like used to being in that winning crunch time. Double G is really not there a lot,
and that's not his strongest shot.
Right, it's a big moment, and then Double G doesn't get up and down, leaves himself a long putt, misses it. Simon jump putts, taps out. There it is. Like it all happened really fast.
Yeah.
So Simon takes it down, second straight win. And I gotta say, Simon Lizotte is at this point looking incredibly dangerous.
I was so excited, but I tried to calm myself down last week whenever he won.
Yeah,
because I was like, oh my gosh, Simon might be like in the running, like in disc golf again. And because I love that time period of Simon being in there, because I think he's such an exciting player. He's an exciting player with a great personality. He's just an extremely watchable disc golf player. Like he's so much fun to watch. But I thought. I kind of assumed that last week was a fluke, and I think that this proves that it wasn't.
Yeah, and
like he might be back.
It's funny because even like we say like Simon being back, but like even when he was in his prime, he really only had like 2 big wins ever, and he's now won 2 Pro Tours back to back. Like this is unprecedented, Simon.
I think the thing was he used to be, if not on lead cards all the time, feature cards all the time.
He got a lot of feature cards.
And because of his injury, he wasn't as, he was more in the YouTube game, which is fun because at least his fans still got to watch him.
Yeah.
But we don't see him as much anymore on lead cards or on feature cards. It used to, back in the day, every lead card was the same group almost.
Yeah.
And Simon was typically in there.
Well, it's an interesting thing because like if you're a post-produced coverage company, like of course you're gonna want, your lead card to be like the big guns. Like I'm sure they had some pool on the tournament director and like, hey, this is who we want on our lead card. It's like,
do you mean feature card
or the feature card?
I was about to say,
yeah,
you're getting into some real conspiracies.
Yeah, no, they start fixing stuff, but it's been a crazy run here for Simon, and he's been solid now for quite a few weeks in a row. It is so funny that like I think that he somehow he got away with a serious mistake that like should be his wake up call, and he still got away with it, which is like his whole thing that has gotten him to this new success is playing safe golf, and he slipped into it for a second and like got out of it and like threw an old Simon shot and got punished for it, and then he got away with it. Yeah. So hopefully he gets it now.
Yeah, like, do you think that in the future he's gonna like as the he gets more towards the top and everything? Do you think he's gonna start bringing back old Simon? And
it's so funny because he preaches over and over again that he doesn't preach it, but like he states that like he like before especially he was not like super concerned with winning. Mm-hmm. But when he gets in contention, like you rarely see players show as much like stress and emotion.
But that's why everybody loves him is the emotion. It's kind of like Philo. People love the emotion.
He gets so intense and like he threw his drive on 18 that ended up inbounds and fine, but like he was not happy with it, and he's like on his knees on the tee pad, like literally like he gets so worked up and
but
like
that's so fun to watch.
No, it is. I'm just saying it's crazy. Like it can be so night and day with him, like whether he's in contention or not. But yeah, Simon.
We just all know how it is whenever you might be preparing for a tournament and practicing a course. Be like, all right, on this shot, I gotta just lay up and throw a hyzer into the fairway. Yeah. And then you get there and you're like, okay, I'm gonna go for it. Like I'm just gonna throw further than I've ever thrown.
Yeah. It's such an interesting one because like me of all people, there has been many shots on tour this year that have been like very similar situations to this. Other scenarios would be the Las Vegas playoff where Drew Gibson laid up and then ended up winning because Gannon and Burr threw out of bounds. Or Natalie Ryan, last week, tried to throw over the water on like one of the last holes, maybe 17, and Paige laid up. And like there are some shots, and I'm always going to be the proponent of the aggressive play, like the go out, not the, well, let me just do what I need to do, like the I'm going to go out and win type shot. I think as a fan, that's what you want to see.
Maybe not on hole 15 or 16, but 17 and 18.
Yeah. It's like
it's so much more exciting.
Right. Well, like there's a time where like you can be like you're throwing first, you have a chance to be the aggressor. You can put all the pressure on. So like I'm a fan of that, but when Simon stepped back like he was going to throw that, I was excited.
It was super necessary.
No, I was excited because I was like, well, this is gonna be amazing if this works. But like even I was like, that's crazy. And like I am always the guy to be like, yeah, just go for it. What the heck? I was even like, what? Like there is just no rational reason to.
He might have just felt like that was his highest percentage
like if
shot.
You gotta watch that shot.
Maybe
there was no chance that thing. Yeah, like it was 544 feet. It had just started raining pretty hard.
And I was about to say maybe he just didn't feel like maybe he was a little bit nervous, didn't feel like he had the finesse. But it's Simon, the trick shot king. He has the finesse.
He had to like flex this giant anhyzer, get it really far right into like past the tree line and get like it was tough. There's OB everywhere. Like, I mean, it was a crazy throw, but I mean, he gets away with it and we move on.
I hope he finds a good balance between exciting Simon and because his personality and because, well, reserved Simon is still like an aggressive disc golfer.
Yeah. I mean, he still throws far.
Obviously he's won 2 tournaments with it. So like he's still really good, but I mean, it'd still be great to see some Simon lines.
Well, did you see that one that he threw like he just like threw around the tee pad, like off the side of the tee pad. Yeah. Like through
literally
some
was
trees,
like lining up his shot and the camera people
crazy.
were like standing away where he was about to throw. And I was like, are they going to get out of the way or? Yeah, no, I mean, he definitely still picks out some pretty exciting lines, but I mean, I'm happy for him. I'm glad he's like finding his competitive stride here. And I'll tell you, like right now, he seems like the guy to beat as far as who's healthy and out on tour right now. I mean, certainly.